Jersey City, our whole state, and really the whole world is focused today on Jersey City for what happened a year ago today. We're going to keep this program very short and sweet, but just for a moment to talk about what happened a year ago. Just a few blocks from here, where a horrible day unfolded and 4 innocent people lost their lives. If not for Detective Seals doing his job in the most heroic way, perhaps this would have been so much worse, as we all know the story. Pulled over this van, they were in the cemetery, and literally gave the ultimate sacrifice. A family man grew up in Bayonne. I was listening this morning how much he accomplished getting so many guns off the street. Unfortunately, his wife and children left without their dad. There was another 3 victims, Laya Mindel Ferenz, her and her husband Moshe, from the pioneers of this small community, opened a small grocery. Treated everyone equally. Those videos going around of beautiful children coming in celebrating Halloween, and Moshe Ferenz and his wife Laya Mindel giving the children gifts for Halloween. It's not a Jewish festival, but yet they treated all their customers the same. Two young people walk in visiting from Williamsburg, Chaim Deutsch and Moshe Deutsch, visiting their cousin. When I met Moshe in the hospital a little bit later, a few hours later, he says, I suddenly hear gunshots and I see my cousin falling backwards. He runs to the back of the store and he meets this beautiful worker, Ecuadorian immigrant, Douglas Rodriguez, who had a beautiful financial job back at home in Ecuador. But while he was trying to get employment, he got a job at the kosher grocery. He asked him, is there a way out? And he opens a door for him, saving this young man's life, but he gave the ultimate sacrifice. He was shot. Leaves behind a wife and a 12-year-old daughter. The young 24-year-old, Chaim Deutsch, Moshe Deutsch, 24-year-old, volunteered, helping people who were battling cancer. Unfortunately, he was killed. Laya Mindel Ferenz left a beautiful husband and 3 children, 11-year-old, 7, and 4. We witnessed such horrible moments here, but in the most amazing way, this community came together. The Jewish community is here to plant roots and build stronger, and thank God, continuing to grow. We made so much efforts afterwards, before Corona hit, to meet other members of other faiths and other communities, talking about what unites us. Right before Corona hit, February 7th, we did a Unity Shabbat dinner with my colleague Rabbi Shmuley. Over 200 people from Jersey City. Hasidic people, young professionals, families, and we invited students from Sacred Heart, the Catholic school across the shooting, from Douglason High School, from Lincoln High School, from the Boys and Girls Club, and for them all to come together and celebrate something that unites us, the beautiful Sabbath. My friends, somebody said so well, I think it was you, Gary, this is Jersey City coming together in the most amazing way. That's something that we've never seen. This is what we have to take away from a day like today. Keep on building bridges. It was strong, but to make it stronger. We'll gather tonight to talk about the 4 people who lost their lives, but it's also Hanukkah. But before we light the menorah, this city is so lucky to have an administration like Mayor Fulop, who really, in the most amazing way, I was in the police station that night when they unfortunately were talking to the families. And he was the first to get up and say, call it what it was. Unfortunately, it was a targeted attack, an act of anti-Semitism. It took a few days till the investigators finally admitted. But the police, Director Shea, and the amazing Chief Kelly, what an amazing police force. Because we all know this, God forbid, could have been much worse. So thank you so much to the city, to all the police and everyone that has worked that day and continues to work for this amazing community. I'd like to ask Mayor Fulop to please join us and share a few words.
Okay. Thank you, Rabbi Shapiro. I want to say thank you to the city council members that are here. Youssef Saleh representing Ward D, Denise Ridley representing Ward A, Mira Prince Airy representing Ward B, and then we have state representation, Raj Mukherjee, who represents Jersey City's northern half in the state of New Jersey. I want to just say a big thank you to Rabbi Shapiro and this community for their resilience and their dedication to Jersey City. It is fitting today that we're celebrating Hanukkah, which is a holiday that highlights all those characteristics, dedication and perseverance and resilience, and most importantly, light over darkness. And that's what today is about in many ways for Jersey City. And so it's fitting on the 1-year anniversary, we also celebrate Hanukkah. And just a couple blocks away from where that incident happened, we light the menorah as a symbol of all the good that's here in Jersey City. So thank you, rabbis. Thank you, Rabbi Shapiro. And I'll turn it back over to you.
We have many members of the community that live here in Jersey City that's made it home. I want to call upon Mr. Berger to please share a few words on behalf of the community.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. I want to, Rabbi Moshe asked me today to speak a few words. I'm not a speaker, but I'll make it briefly. Just to say in the name of the community how thankful we are for the elected officials who stood by our side during that terrible tragedy that sent shockwaves across our whole community and all the communities across the tri-state area, that we have family all over. Scripture tells us that there's a very specific time frame when it comes to lighting the menorah. It has to be once the darkness comes. It cannot be light. It cannot be lit during the day, and it has to be lit before it ends any pedestrian traffic on the street. Why is that? What is the reason? The reason is that during the day, it's not a big deal that there is light. Scripture wanted us specifically to light it during the night when there is darkness, that during any darkness, any dark time, there is there will be light at the end of the tunnel. There's no way to sugarcoat what the last year was for us and the entire world. It started in general in the world, what it was this year with COVID and the hundreds and thousands of deaths here in America and in our community from this terrible virus. And specifically from our community, how it started here in Jersey City. The terrible tragedy that we still cannot totally overcome it. Our children still cannot sleep from that terrible tragedy. They still have nightmares and they still come running into the parents' beds every night in the middle of the night, overliving that tragedy that they witnessed. But even from the darkest times, there is light, and that's why we light the menorah, to say that there will be light. And it has to be done before it ends the pedestrian traffic on the street. Why is that? Because we cannot heal by ourselves in our living room when nobody sees. It has to be done in a public place. It has to be done when people are still around, when people see. Because when we are together, then we can heal. And that's why it has to be done in this time, in this time frame. And that's why we come together and we light the menorah in public, because we want all the communities together here. And during the entire year, we want to work together, and we want to make sure that we have dialogue and we have cooperation in every single thing that's going on in the community. We want to live together happily and peacefully. That's what we are here tonight to demonstrate. Thank you very much.
The mitzvah of Hanukkah is to light a menorah. We're going to light a menorah. If you're Jewish, I'm sure you'll light a menorah at home. If you're not Jewish, I'm sure you're going to help us light up the world. This is the only holiday that we share with the world. We don't have our Passover dinner on the porch. But Hanukkah, we want the world to hear the amazing message that no matter, remember, the Jews living in the Holy Land 2,300 years ago had no chance against the Greek, mighty Syrian Greek army. Yet, they got together, the Maccabees, and they said, let's fight them off because good will always win over evil. When they came back to the temple, there was only enough olive oil to last for one day. And God made a miracle and it lasted for 8 days. Every year we light a menorah to symbolize the best way to fight darkness. The best way to fight hate is with love. The best answer to Jersey City, December 10th, 2019, is to go light another light. Go out there, do another mitzvah. Spread the message. Light will always win over darkness. This is what we're doing in over 15,000 locations all over the world, because the Lubavitcher Rebbe, Rabbi Schneerson, asks us, make public lightings. Let's let the world know that light will always win. Goodness will always win. And it's up to each one of us to go home, light a light, spread the love, and with God's help, we'll only celebrate happy days ahead. We now have the honor of, we're going to light the first light of Hanukkah here in Jersey City. Take that, we're going to make the blessing. After, we're first going to light the shamash, then we're going to make the blessing and light the other one. I'm going to bring this over. It's not going to go. Can we get another, do we have a mic to walk over here or no? Do we have another mic? Okay.
There you go.
Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvah v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Chanukah.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvah v'tzivanu she'asa nisim lavotenu bayamim hazeh bazman hazeh.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shechianu v'kimanu v'gyanu lazman hazeh.
Amen. Lightly, we'll sing along. My colleague Rabbi Shmuley is going to join us to sing the traditional holiday song that we sing after lighting the menorah, so we bring a little warmth. Mosor b'yachad, no?
Masur Yeshua si lechano elishabeach tikon beis tefilati v'sham toda nezabeach le'estachin madleach mitzaram enabeach azegmor b'shir mizmor Chanukat HaMizbeach azegmor b'shir mizmor Chanukat HaMizbeach.
I want to thank Christy Goodman, who helped us. Christine, it was so nice and helped us put this together. Thank you very much. Thank you to Mayor Fulop. Thank you to all the city council members who are here. Thank you all. Let's go home. Let's light another light. Let's bring in a little bit more warmth and positivity to the world. Thank you for joining us, and happy Hanukkah. Mayor Fulop, can we get a picture with the city council members?
All over the world. What a year we had this year. This was a long year. I was driving on him.
Jen, can you snap a picture for us?
Guy, together. Moshe.
Thank you, Jack.
Thank you.
Everybody.
Thank you.
Years ago, I brought you menorah candles. We have some here. Thank you. If you don't have a menorah and candles, can you put it on? Is it on? We have holiday treats, a little jelly donut. You can pick one up. If you don't have a menorah and candles, you can get some candles or a menorah. Thank you again.
That song you sang just now.
Het gaat pas